Okay, Fola Daniel is the CEO, or who you call the Commissioner for Insurance, is the man who's been in the saddle since 2007. He has about 30 years work experience. He was also a former managing director of Globe Reinsurance PLC. He's a fellow of the Chartered Insurance Institute of the United Kingdom and a fellow of the similar institution in Nigeria, what's called the FIIN. He is a lecturer and a member of the governing board of the West African Insurance Institute in the Gambia. He's live to you now from our Abuja studios. Mr. Daniel, thank you very much for coming through. We appreciate your time today.
Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm sure you must be smiling and contented with yourself. You spent about 8 years in NICOM. Now you've been able to get Nigeria's insurance sector to #2 in Africa. How did you do that?
Yeah, I think, first of all, I need to give glory to God for enabling me to be of service to Nigerians, and I must thank the federal government of Nigeria that has invested that trust in me to be part of the administration. I'm also eminently grateful to Nigerians that have cooperated and made my task as commissioner a success that it is.
Yes, your tenure has been a success, but not less stress, isn't it? You've had to consolidate that sector, isn't it? You've had to move very strongly against a sector where no premiums are paid. People want and companies want cover on those insurance assets or whatever, and then you've been able to bring premium in that sector to a total of above 300 billion at the end of 2014. Talk to us what you've done over the last 8 years in summary, specifically speaking, the milestones.
Thank you very much. From 2007, I think the first thing that I met on the table was the fact that Nigerians do not trust insurance companies. They do not relate to insurance the way insurance institutions relate to them in America, in Britain, in South Africa. There was deep, deep, deep distrust. In fact, a section of Nigerians believe that insurance is just about collecting money and not paying when there's a claim. Excuses are given in lieu of checks. And we try to interrogate that. What happened? What's happening? Why are we not able to trust our insurance companies? And we found out very quickly that at that time, several companies are owing, they are unable to fulfill the contract terms, i.e., when there's a claim, get the claim settled on time, not giving excuses, not asked to come back next week or bring some reports. And one of the major problems we had then was that if you look at the financials of most insurance companies, for instance, a company does a business of 3 billion gross premium income, and they've only collected 500 million naira. And then you now have a resulting claim of 4 billion. It's absolutely impossible to get that insurance company settle claims of 3 billion, whereas they've collected only 500 million. So insurance was serially sold on credit. Serially sold on credit, and unfortunately, even when they are sold on credit, the insurance companies are not allowed to charge interest for having sold to them on credit. So what we did was to examine the laws, and we didn't have to start too much. Section 50 of Insurance Act 2003 provides that payment of insurance premium upfront 100% is a condition precedent to a valid insurance contract, which means that if you have bought your insurance contract on credit and you haven't paid, then you are having a dot check, really, because there's no magic about insurance. Insurance is business. Insurance is really good business. And unless the monies are paid upfront, there's no way the insurance company can find money to settle claim. So we invoke that section of the law, and which provides that you must pay your premium on time, upfront, before you have a valid contract of insurance. And that was what we pushed into 2013, beginning of 2013. And it's like magic. The issue of unsettled claim in the insurance industry is receding to the past of that industry. And I'm very glad that it's happening during my period as Commissioner for Insurance, because we've had very, very bloody nose from Nigerians, not needlessly, but because of the self-inflicted sale of business of insurance contracts on credit. So once we clear that, the hurdle, then the insurance companies no longer have any valid reason to deny or delay or refuse to settle claims. So claims are being settled on time and promptly so. And you see, the beauty of that law is it's not just an act of parliament. This provision of the law of no premium, no cover had been tested up to Court of Appeal. And in the three cases decided, it was decided unanimously that the payment of premium in advance is the condition precedent to a valid insurance contract.
Very interesting when we look at the insurance companies now, very small cap companies, some of them listed on the stock exchange that you never thought would make profits. For 2013, 2014, we start to see profit, some of them from serially loss-making insurance firms coming back into profit. And the size of the markets has also expanded. What have you done in the last few years that's been able to expand the basket of Nigerians that engage insurance, that has to say, look, I want a personal insurance, or I want insurance on my business, or my vehicle, whatever?
That's quite interesting, but let me quickly talk about listing of Nigerian insurance companies in the stock exchange. In 2007, there were less than 6 companies listed in Nigerian stock exchange. As of today, the most listed sector of the economy, the stock exchange, is the insurance sector. As of now, we have over 30 companies that have been so listed. But you shouldn't be surprised. Nigeria has a vast population. We're the most populous country in the whole of Africa. Our economy is growing very fast. So really, we have insurance opportunities. So what we have done the last few years is to leverage on the environment, which is insurance friendly. Once we're able to clear the mess of unpaid claims or delayed settlement of claims. So insurance become people friendly. More and more people are buying insurance. So we're having the basket that is filling up. The insurance is based on probability theory, and it's also a game of numbers. So once we have more and more people buying insurance, the investable income for insurance companies become more and more, and they are able to settle claims on time and also pay dividends to shareholders. And I'm very delighted that the insurance sector is opened, not just here. It has become of interest to the Nigerian economy, to Nigerian people, but also of significant interest to foreign investors. Within the last 6 years, we have had all the big world insurance players coming to invest in our market. Insurance in Nigeria is becoming an insurance destination, is becoming an insurance of first choice, and I'm sure we have the capacity, we have the wherewithal to be the biggest insurance market in the whole of Africa.
We've also noticed a few innovations as far as insurance market penetration was concerned from a number of firms, saying, well, you can do insurance for as low as 500 naira using what you call unconventional methods, sometimes going through cooperative associations, trade groups, and this looks like a very new way of doing things that we hadn't seen in decades.
Yes, the Nigerians are largely rural dwellers. Don't be deceived by the large crowd you find in Lagos and Abuja and places like Port Harcourt and Kaduna. If you gross up all those populations, they represent a very small percentage of the Nigerian population. So if most of our people are rural dwellers, it means there are a lot of insurances at the grassroots. So we went micro. Micro insurance is the best way to grow the insurance market, because there are a lot. You find the number of Okada riders, for instance, they have insurable interest. They're interested in personal accident, they're interested in insuring their motorcycles. What of our fishermen in the rural areas and the villages? They also have net to very small, some insured of 5,000-6,000. But these are insurable assets. And when you aggregate all of these insurable assets, you have an insurance company that is expanding, you have an insurance company that is potentially buoyant, And you have happy, very, very happy investors because it is a game of large numbers. And the more numbers you have, the less the probability of a loss occurring, because if you have 10 persons, the probability of loss affecting 3 persons out of 10 is real. You are going to have it. But when you now have 1,000 persons, and you even have 30 people incurring losses or sustaining losses, or even 100, you see the probability is getting better, and the insurance industry is better for it.